time that you were really frightened or you're really scared? Describe that to me.
Oh man, definitely the top scariest thing I've ever had happen to me. Which I won't even say what it is yet because at the time I didn't know what was going on. All I know was I was sleeping and didn't know I was sleeping. I was on the couch and I felt like there was this really just malevolent, scary presence in the room. So out of that fear, I would go to try and get up off the couch to run to my bedroom, and I couldn't. And I felt like someone was like holding me down. I couldn't see anything, nothing was in the room, but like something was holding me down and I couldn't get up, which made me even more scared. And then eventually after trying, I'd be able to get up and run to my bedroom. And right as I would get to the handle, I was back on the couch again. And so I was like, oh, like, thank God that was just a dream. Like, that was so scary. And then I'd go to get up and it would start again. Something was holding me down. I couldn't get up. I'm like, oh my God, it wasn't what is happening to me? And I would feel the presence again. I got up, I ran to my room again, touched the handle. I'm on the couch again, third time. Finally, like this thing's holding me down. Again, can't say it. I get up and I run to the handle and then I actually wake up. And I'm sitting up on the couch and I'm like, what just happened to me? Like, I've never had this experience in my life. Like, I just had 3 of the same dream happen. Like, and I cried. I mean, I was an adult, but I didn't know what happened to me. It felt like something was terrible. I ran to my room. I couldn't sleep the rest of the night. And then I do some research online and I find out that this is called sleep paralysis, which apparently, and I feel terrible for these people, some people have this all the time. And this is the only time I've ever had it. And it's basically characterized by being caught in a dream loop, having something, whether you can see it or not, in the room with you. You feel scared and like something's holding you down. And it just repeats itself, like some terrible, scary loop. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I hope it never, ever happens to me again. Because it was like just terrifying, feeling like something was trapping me. And then right when you think you're waking up, it just starts all over again, like some kind of horror movie, except it happened to me in real life.
Less we talk, more we move in the right direction. Tripping on paper moons, falling for illusion. High looking for some satisfaction in the wrong places. High to seeing dirty things in the prettiest faces.
So it seems that artists by nature really feel intensely, they experience deep emotions, and they use their art to express that emotion. And I want you to tell me a little bit about that. What is that like for you?
So I'm super thankful that I found music because before, like in general, I'm really the type of person that just holds all my emotions in, which I don't recommend. It's like, doesn't work for everybody. But for me, it's always just been like, even if I'm feeling happy or sad or whatever, like it's just something I keep to myself. And I like to stay quiet, I guess. But there's definitely been times where that almost made me more stressful, not like having a way to release my emotions. So after finding music, it's definitely been a really positive outlet and a way for me to get things out, whether it be positive or negative. But it's given me a way to almost let go of a lot of past situations where before I would have bottled it up, but now I can put it into a song. And then once the song's released, it's like, oh, like that, that part of my life is gone now. Like I don't have to hold on to it because now it's in a song and it's out in the world. So it's definitely given me like a way to just release negativity and stress and kind of just overall be a more positive person. Because once it's in writing, so to speak, it's like gone and released from me.
That's interesting. So it's like an emotional catharsis. And once it's released, it's art. But out of that pain comes some great art, I guess you would say.
Yeah, definitely. That's, I guess, part of the whole process of me, like being inspired is being, taken in by these emotions from my own experiences. And then it goes into the song. And then it's like letting like the butterfly go. It's like, okay, now I don't have to feel that pain. It's still there. I'll always remember it. but I can just refer back to my own music actually. Like sometimes if I want to remember a specific situation, I'll be like, oh, then I should listen to this song I wrote because I know that I wrote it about that, and I can almost like relate to my own music as like memories in a way, but I don't have to like bottle it up in some kind of negative way.
It makes sense. It's interesting you mentioned butterfly because you have a butterfly on one of your album covers,
do.
don't you?
Yes, I do. I love that butterfly. That was part of my personal collection.
So tell me something about you that people don't know.
Good question, because like I said, that butterfly was part of my personal collection. I actually do love to collect like dead butterflies and insects. I have a lot of animal skulls, which probably sounds very macabre, but actually I love animals. Would never hurt an animal, but I just really love nature, and I go out hiking a lot. I'm in the woods, so when I find something, I'm like, ooh, like I want to keep it and eternalize it and kind of make like a beautiful display out of something that most people would look at and be like, ew, like it's dead, it's gross. Where I'm like, oh, like it's beautiful, like it was life at one time, so now it's gonna go in a shelf in my bedroom and to me, be something really cool. So I have a pretty big collection, turtle shells, all of the above. Basically, it's like living in a museum.
Wow, that's interesting.
It is. It's very cool. I love my collection.
So two of your songs, Being Numb and Afterglow, have both been used in Frank Carter Productions.
Mm-hmm.
What are those songs about? Tell me what they mean to you.
So Being Numb was the first original song I ever started working on at the time with my producer, David Parsons, aka Avid Wolf. And we first started working on the instrumental, and I wanted to get a feel for what the instrumental kind of like made me feel before I started writing the lyrics. So I gave it a listen, and it kind of made sense for me to write about something dark and moody because that's the feel it had. And it kind of fit with what I was going through at the time, which was kind of a rough breakup. So I wrote the song after kind of when you feel like you've been through a lot of rough emotions and you're so exhausted from what you felt that you get to a point where you actually feel numb and you don't feel anything at all. So overall, that's really what the song is about, is feeling like, wow, like, did I even go through all of that? Like, was that even real? Because now I'm at a point where I kind of feel numb.
Tell me about Afterglow. What is that song about? What does it mean to you?
So Afterglow, I wrote after I was in a little bit of a better place. I actually wrote it about discovering music. For me, my discovery of music and realizing that that was my passion and that it was something I was going to dive full force into. I did leave it kind of vague just because I want a lot of people to be able to connect to it. So I just kind of used terminology about, finding something that you connect with and building off of that and taking off with it. But for me, it was really discovering that music was my thing and I was going to put everything into it and that it was time to go and I was going to take that off and make that my life.
Maybe this is supposed to work. There's no more doing just what I'm told. I'm getting closer. Just need to grasp the road. Something tells me it's time to go.
And what led you to that path where you have found yourself as a singer-songwriter, like that is your calling? What transpired that brought you to that point?
It took a while actually, because I spent a big chunk of my life really not knowing what I wanted to do, and I always kind of felt like there was something important missing, and I had this void, and I didn't know like what I was supposed to be doing, and it was kind of like depressing for a while. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, what is missing? And then I kind of just started playing with songs on my iPad, like on GarageBand, and I had met a few other musicians, and they're like, "Oh, like you're really good. Like you're good at singing. You should really do this." And I'm like, "Nah." Like it was something I was really like shy about. Like nobody even knew that I sang, so it was more something that I enjoyed on my own. It was like my private thing, and really at first didn't want to share it with people until I got enough, I guess, positive feedback to where I was like, "Oh, maybe I should like dive into this." And then when I worked with David Parsons on that first song, Being Numb, as soon as I heard the instrumental, it was like every bell and whistle and light went off. I was like, oh my God, this is it. Like, this music is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is the moment. Like, and ever since then, it's been all about music.
So tell me where we can find more about Elosin. Where can we find your music or information on you?
So you can find all my music on pretty much all the online streaming services like Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play, that kind of thing. If people do want to stream for free, I have all my music on YouTube and SoundCloud. But probably the easiest way is if people were to follow me on social media like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Great. Thank you very much for coming and sitting down and talking with us today.
Thank you.
Hey guys, thank you for watching. To check out Elosin's music or any of the things that we discussed today, check out the links below. We'll see you next time.
Make you want to keep screaming my name.